I'm Leah Lawrence.
And I'm her husband, Mitch Lawrence.
And you are listening to the Southern Spirits Podcast, where I regale my husband with Southern stories of the macabre, creepy, and strange.
And I drink.
So what are you drinking tonight, Mitchell?
Our beer tonight has the longest name that we've ever had on the show, I believe. This was gotten for us by a friend of the show and patron, Angela. Thank you very much for getting it. But here's the name. Okay, you ready? Mm-hmm. The Doughtnut Revolution. Berries and Cream Milkshake-Style IPA. All right, I'm glad we made it through that alive.
Very nice.
This is from Beltline Brewing, LLC, also known as Orpheus Brewing in Atlanta, Georgia. 7.2% alcohol by volume. Let's read the can. You ready, Leah?
So ready.
Okay. The Doughtnut Revolution is a series of beers inspired by the glorious pastries concocted by our friends at Revolution Doughnuts. The Berries and Cream Doughnut is a yeast-risen donut with a mixed berry glaze and creamy filling. Our Berries and Cream Milkshake IPA builds on creamy lactose with a blast of incognito mosaic hops, plus loads of blackberries, strawberries, and blueberries before a final dry hop round of mosaic. Okay, that's it. That's everything. How'd you like it?
I didn't try it because I'm allergic to it.
Yeah, Leah hasn't tried it because there's blueberry in it, but it's so pretty, though.
It is a beautiful beer, and it smells amazing.
Yeah.
I do wish I could try it, but I don't want to be itchy for the rest of the night, so I'm just going to not. But it looks...
It is. Let me mark that. God damn it, Leah.
Oh, shit. I said the D word, didn't I?
Yeah, you did.
Well, damn.
But anyway, it is absolutely that word. What I had to say about it was that it's really sweet at the beginning, but not crazy sweet. It's kind of subtle, and then it's rounded off with that IPA bitterness on the back end of it. Very easy to drink. The 7.2 doesn't even really come into it. It's smooth, and it's just really tasty. It tastes like a berries and cream. Like, I've never had Revolution Doughnut, so can't help you there, but I would love to.
Donuts sound amazing now.
Any donut at this moment, I'll take it. So
love a good fancy donut shop. Yeah. But also very much thank you to Angela. We were in her wedding. Well, I was in her wedding.
No.
Mitch was at her wedding.
I got drunk at her wedding.
Yeah, it was great last weekend. So congratulations to the happy couple. 2 weeks ago, you're correct. So congratulations to y'all, husband and wife. Y'all are awesome.
Steven
huzzah.
Is his name.
Yeah, I didn't, but he's not a patron, so I didn't know if I should say his name. Anyway,
if you're not
Angela
a patron,
and Steven,
your name doesn't need to be brought up. So,
well, they're married now, so technically I think they're both patrons. We should get him a shirt. It'll be great.
I gave this a 9 out of 10. It's wonderful. I fully recommend it. Go get you some if you like a sweet and bitter beer at the same time.
It smells really good.
Yeah, it is. You should have one sip and see if your throat locks up. No?
No, I'm going to go with no. I have quite a bit of antihistamine prepared, but I don't want to waste that on a sip of a beer. Thank you.
Okay. Well, I'm sorry. You can have our shot in the dark, though. Our shot in the dark for the night is root beer moonshine. We had it on a few weeks ago. Produced and bottled by Sugarlands Distilling Company, LLC in Gatlinburg, Tennessee. 35% alcohol by volume. If you would like to hear the full review, go back quite a ways now, actually. Episode 134, that was called Christine Baranski equals Dayquil. And
that's a really,
I think it was our first after COVID episode.
Oh, you're right.
And we had just watched the Dolly Parton thing. And
that's
Christine
what
Baranski.
That's where Christine Baranski came in. I was like, what the
she
fuck
had a brain tumor
on?
for like 5 minutes. And then she didn't have it anymore.
Fine. Yeah. It was fine.
Dolly Parton kept farting clouds.
Angel Dolly took care of it. It was fun.
Oh, well, that's it. This gets a 9 out of 10 because that's what it got back then. That's everything for the alcohols, Leah. So you may take us away with whatever we've got to do now.
And I will in a second, but I'm going back to the Christmas Smoky Mountain situation. I honestly thought that was a fever dream.
No, that happened.
And now that I'm remembering it, I'm like, oh shit, that bless it. That happened. Okay. Anyway.
Yeah, we watched that piece of shit too.
we watched that all the way through. I'm a little upset about that.
My favorite movie from that time was Holiday. That was a Netflix movie.
That was good.
Very adult Christmas movie.
Yeah.
So, if you don't know that one, it's a couple gets together just to have a date for holidays so they don't have to talk to their families about why they don't have dates.
Yeah.
That one was way better than the Dolly Parton one.
Well, sure, but it didn't have Dolly Parton in it, and I'd just watch anything, even if it was trash garbage, which that was if it had Dolly in it. So
yeah, I don't know that Dolly Parton would say something about coming in my mouth too, because that's like within the first minute of that holiday movie.
Oh yeah, that is a very adult movie. So maybe don't watch it if you're uncomfortable with those sorts of things. But if you're uncomfortable with those sorts of things, you probably wouldn't be listening to this podcast in the first place. So
what are you doing?
Anyway,
they come here for the movie reviews.
Anyway, let's stop talking about my Dolly Parton Christmas fever dream.
Okay.
And let's go on to some listener mail.
Oh, shit. Listener mail. I was about to hit the sounds. I keep forgetting because it's been so long since we've had listener mail.
Yes.
Don't do the sounds for listener mail.
We have a fantastic postcard here from Iowa.
Yeah.
And I'm going to read it for you right now. It says... Okay. Leah and Mitch, greetings from Iowa.
Well, greetings.
I just listened to the swap episode where Mitch told the Villisca story. Though I live in the northeast part of the state, I do not fuck with western Iowa. I do plan to arrange an overnight in the Villisca house for a bachelorette party if I ever decide to marry. However, I'm currently single AF and quite happy to keep it that way. I love your pod and have been listening since the very beginning. Oh. Cheers, Chelsea. Thank you, Chelsea. That is fantastic. And the postcard is literally a dude wandering in a cornfield, which is exactly what I think of when I think of Iowa. Yeah. And I don't think we've got another Iowa postcard, so that's exciting. We don't. We're going to add it to the postcard wall, and I'm super pumped about it.
I do want to say... speaking of being a listener from the beginning, that we've gotten a lot of reports about episodes since we've switched servers not working, which has been almost 2 years now. Yeah. And I keep trying to update the thing and update the connection to the old server. Hasn't worked. So 2 nights ago, I sat down and just uploaded every single one of them again, because we have all the episodes saved on a drive. So I just sat down and did it. It didn't take long. It took like 2 hours.
It took a long time.
The thing is, I knew I could do that the whole time. And I just didn't. The server should have just fucking worked.
It should have just worked, but it didn't.
But so for 2 years, I tried that. Yeah. Didn't work. So I sat down for 2 hours and got the fucking work done. So all of our episodes are back where they should be. They should be on any of your podcast apps. If you can't find it, let us know. We'll see if we can fix it. Again, maybe I'll just fucking email them to you at this point. Yeah. But speaking of being a listener from the beginning, I've gone back. We've gotten a little bit better. Yeah. We're still, we're in no way all-stars, but goddamn, those first few, oh my God.
They were cringy for sure, and the audio was really bad, and you could hear the computer. But look, we've moved houses, we've upgraded our equipment immensely. We are attempting to be better at this, so.
Yeah, speaking of, I don't know if Leah wants me to say it. We're gonna start trying to do this on YouTube too. Yeah. We're gonna try. We're gonna see how it goes. We're actually recording a few at the moment as kind of tester episodes. We'll see how they go.
Yeah, so
maybe this one.
It's going to be the same thing. There's nothing extra in the YouTube version of this except for you'll just see us sitting here and goofing off at a table. So if you are into seeing the visual parts of a podcast, if you're a YouTube fan, I think we're going to start attempting to try to do videoing ourselves and putting it on YouTube as part of the podcast. But if you don't give a shit about what we look like, and I don't either, don't blame you. You can just keep listening to us on your regular podcast app. Makes no difference, but we wanted that option there in case people are on YouTube and need a little spooky fat couple.
You can see that burp. You could see that burp. There also won't be production quality. We have a camera. Mm-hmm. It's a good camera, really good camera, but it's not television quality camera, and we don't have 3 of them. Mm-mm. So there's going to be no close-ups. It's just us sitting here with the alcohols front and center. But we'll see how it goes. We really want to make that happen. Yep. So like I said, we're going to test it out for a little while.
Hopefully coming in the next week or so. Yeah. We'll let you know on all of our social medias when that becomes available. But yeah, just look out for that if you're interested. And if you're not, that's perfectly fine too. I don't want to look at me either, so it's fine. It's completely fine.
All the mirrors in our house have been destroyed.
Not accurate. I'm perfectly fine with the way I look. I just don't think other people will be, but it's fun. I'm 31 years old at this point. I know what I look like, and you can take me or leave me. I'm married. I'm not trying to impress anybody.
Okay, now you're taking sayings from me. I've been saying that for 5 years. Every time that a friend's like, you look ridiculous, I'm always like, I'm married. I don't give a fuck. It doesn't fucking matter.
Highlighter shirt, I don't care.
Yeah.
Glitter beard, don't give a fuck.
My friend Gordon, who, if you'll remember from the Chipper Jones Sweet Tea, Moonshine sent me the screenshots. He works for, I'm not going to say what. He works for a paint company.
Yeah.
And I went to play golf with him one time, and he had this, it's literally a fucking glow-in-the-dark shirt. Of like a neon highlighter
it's
shirt.
It's the color yellow that road construction workers wear in nighttime to make sure that like your brights flash off them and you can see them in the dark.
With the company name on it. And he was like, I got you one. I was like, okay. I took it. I have it in the closet. I wore it to Leah's grandparents the other day. And they didn't have anything to say about it. They knew better.
Yeah. But then I said, Mitchell, it hurts to look at you. And it does. Yep. In that small of a room that we were in, it just like all of the light was bouncing off of his shirt. And it was just like, man, your tits are too bright to look at. It's awful.
You shouldn't be doing that anyway. First of all, they're too bright to look at when my shirt's off because I'm super pale.
That's true too.
I haven't been in the sunlight for a fucking year, I guess.
Yeah.
So, well, at least my tits haven't. Everything else has. Not everything. Calm down. Some things have been back in the sunlight, Leah.
So mostly the top of your head.
Yeah.
But, whatever.
Yeah, I'm really bald. I'm seeing that now in the playback of the camera.
Yeah.
Since we're recording this, I'm like, I'm too bald to do this shit. This looks awful.
I have plenty of hair. It's fun.
Okay. Well, just throw some over here on me.
Oh, bless it. All right. Well, on top of listener mail, we also have some brand new members of the Possum Passo.
Oh, shit. Now I do get to use the soundboard. And y'all can see that happen. I keep forgetting that the Ignite one does nothing. Listen. Oh, there's an ad. Everybody calm down. That's the Ignite one. What is that? Just the fucking flame going up? Anyway. Passa Passo. Who's there? New patrons.
All right.
Don't forget this one. Wait. Okay, now we're good. Go ahead.
You good? You done?
Yep.
Why are you still scrolling? I feel like
I
you're
have
gonna
to get back to the shot in the dark one.
Oh, okay, fine.
Yeah.
I thought you were just gonna like ambush me with something startling.
No.
Mitchell.
Okay.
No. So we have two.
Shut up! All right, I'm done.
I know where you sleep.
Yeah, you do.
Anyway, we have two brand new members of the Possum Passo, and we are so excited to welcome them. We have Ezra and we have Hillary.
Welcome, Ezra and Hillary.
Yeah. I'm so excited that both of you are joining us. Ezra, I would say Ezra, I've seen all over the place. She's isn't she the one that sent us
peach rings?
Yes.
I'm pretty sure it was. Yes,
yeah.
Ezra. If that wasn't you, I'm so sorry.
Sorry, that's weird, but I'm pretty sure it was, and those were.
You've got to stop with the word.
God, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
God, I got to put that in. I don't even know if Tom listens anymore.
No,
but at this point, it's a thing.
It is a thing. I apologize. Yeah. I should be put in the D corner. I'm sorry.
Oh, we could do that now. Now that we have video, we could have a D corner.
I have to think about what I've done.
It's where we keep our giant dildo. Just over there in the D corner. Which we do have. And a friend, like, look, it is a joke, but I ordered a gigantic, it's like 14 inches.
It's massive.
It's like 6 inches around. Well, no, more than that around. I'm talking like fucking diameter. It's 6 inches.
Yeah.
But so I ordered it. We were keeping it in the bathroom.
It was a joke. Mitch bought it as a joke. I thought it was hilarious, and it has a suction cup on it.
Right. We were using it as a glasses stand.
I stuck it to the bathroom.
I'm sorry,
vanity.
I ruined it.
Yeah, let me tell it. I stuck it to the bathroom vanity, and I was like, look, I'm going to keep my glasses on there because I always lose my glasses, and I just take it and I sit it on the ball sack.
Yeah.
And I clip the ears behind it, and then it's silicone, so you can get another set of glasses on top of it. So we were just using it as a little glasses tree. Mm-hmm. So when we put in our contacts, we would just sit our glasses on this stupid
on the giant
dildo.
dick. Yeah.
And so I think I made cookies or cheesecake. I don't know what it was.
Friends came over for some reason.
Friends
not sure.
came over unexpectedly because I had made some kind of food and I
that.
enticed them over because that's what I do. I make food and I entice people to come spend time with me. So anyway,
it works.
My friends and their kids end up showing up and we're talking, having a great time. They were only supposed to be there for 20 minutes, but with us, it always lasts 2 hours. There's no conversation between me and these people that lasts less than 2 hours. It just doesn't happen because we're just having too much fun. And eventually, one of the kids says, or doesn't even say anything, but just has to go to the bathroom. And they've been over to our house plenty of times. They know where it's at. So they went in, and all of a sudden, all of the color drains out of my face. And I was like, oh my God, there's a child in that bathroom. There is a massive penis with glasses sitting on it, just hanging out in the middle of the bathroom.
I'm going to correct you real quick. The little one went into the bathroom. The big one, the kid, they're two children.
They're two children, yeah.
The little one went to the bathroom. The big one said, I got to go too. Leah goes, no. Grabs the big one, says, go to the other one. And I went, Leah, what are you doing? And she goes, the vanity. And I was like, what the fuck are you talking about, the vanity? And she's like, what's on the vanity? And I went, oh shit. And then we just didn't talk about it. We told them we told the friends. It was Amber and Leah. We told them.
Told the parents what
it was. They went in there and saw it. They were like, okay, big fucking deal. So they left. And from what we heard in the report was the little ones, the big one didn't even see it.
No.
Okay?
And he was like, I want to see it. What are you talking about? And the little one's like, I don't think you wanted to see that.
Yeah, the little one said, the little one's what, 8?
Yeah.
Okay, so he's real young. And
super cute and sassy.
We were told on the drive back home that they asked, did you see anything? And he was like, yeah. And they were like, okay, well, what was it that you saw? And he said, I saw a pee-pee. So anyway, that's also known as, if you're a bad little boy or girl, you go to the D corner and you have to look at the giant pee-pee, giant fake pee-pee with glasses on it.
Y'all, I will never outlive the shame of just a giant joke dildo in my bathroom when other people are over. Yeah. I'm just not. We've since moved it, so it's no longer a glasses stand, so people are free to come to our house without worrying about that. But
if you want to see it, we'll get it out.
I mean, it's a joke turned absolutely mortifying situation for me personally. Thankfully, I'm very good friends with the people, and they thought it was hilarious, and they didn't care. But, it could have been worse, is all I'm saying.
Definitely could have been worse. So, oh God, we haven't even done the Sassy Southern Saying yet.
No, we haven't.
Are we done with the patrons? I apologize.
Yeah, we are done with the patrons, but I just wanted to say, Ezra and Hillary, I don't know how we got into the weird D-corner situation, but the peach rings, that's what it was.
Ezra, thanks for the peach rings, if that was you.
But anyway, thank you both for subscribing to Patreon. We super duper appreciate it. Just patrons are what keeps our podcast going. Y'all help us buy alcohol and pay for server space, and all of the upgrades to our equipment that have happened so far have all been because y'all have been awesome supporting our show. So thank you very much. We really, really super duper appreciate it. And if anybody wants to join the Possum Passel, you can. Patreon.com/Southern Spirits Podcast. Don't feel obligated, but if you have a couple extra bucks every month and you want to give it to us, I'm not going to say no. So... Was that a jackpot?
Yep.
Okay.
Jackpot and ka-ching. Right. That was an accident.
That was an accident.
The lightning strike was an accident.
Oh, it's raining money.
Yeah.
Hallelujah. Anyway.
It's raining monkey.
Stop. Anyway, we're going to go directly into a Sassy Southern Saying, and this one's pretty easy and to the point, which is good because we're running behind.
Oh, God.
The Sassy Saying of the evening is, why, he could eat corn through a picket fence.
The thing is, I know what this one's about. Yeah. I know. Well, I'm not 100%. It's either he has giant teeth or giant lips / mouth in general.
It's teeth.
Teeth. Okay.
His teeth are fucked up. Usually
Yeah.
you've got like buck teeth. Or like if you're saying it to a child, it's like, oh, you've lost so many teeth. You're
saying
growing
it to
up
a
so
child,
fast.
it's like,
You could
enjoy therapy later in life.
Oh, it's like
Got
you could
your
eat
fucked
corn
up
through a
teeth.
picket fence. You know, you've lost so many teeth. Good for you. If you say it to an adult, it's a little more of a questionable situation.
It's a problem.
But you know, it happens.
Well, okay.
Hey, bad teeth run in my family. You're going to find out
Yeah.
eventually.
No, I already know. $900 later. I know. Fucking shit.
It's more than that.
Leah chipped some teeth recently and
Mm-hmm.
had to go get a root canal and get like 4 fillings.
Yeah.
Because, I don't know, should I be giving you out your medical information?
I don't give a shit. I have bad teeth.
It's weak teeth. Like Leah
Yeah.
Leah takes care of her teeth,
Yeah.
but she has very weak teeth.
Yeah, it's just a thing in my family. Nobody in my family has good teeth. It's genetically not great, but you know, dentistry, it's great.
Yeah. I agree. Dentistry was a good invention. It was a good thing.
It's mortifying. I hate it.
Sassy Southern saying. Everybody, hope you
Dentistry's
enjoyed it.
great. Anyway, yeah. So that was our Sassy Southern saying. So if you want to, I guess, scar a child,
Yeah.
feel free.
Enjoy your therapy, little one.
Ah, bless it. Anyway.
Or enjoy this corn and you hold it through a fence and be like, come get it. Come on. That's worse. That is way worse. I just realized what that sounded like. I was not trying to say to lure a child into some kind of danger. I was saying that you're teasing him, being like, look at your fucked up teeth. Here's some corn on this side of the fence.
You've
Either
taken
way-
it too far, sir.
Yeah, it's way worse what I'm saying. So
How about we get into our first story of the evening and stop talking about all this nonsense?
go ahead.
Well, I mean, it's still going to be a little bit of nonsense because you've met us, but it's fun. We are going to be talking about a sideshow performer for this first story. And
fun.
I find it interesting. And she's, you know, she was born in Tennessee, raised in Alabama, moved to Texas. So it's an all over the South situation. But she's a very famous sideshow, what they would call a freak. I would just call a sideshow performer. But
Annie
you know,
Oakley.
no, her name's Myrtle Corbin.
Oh.
And in the 19th century, well, the late 19th century, so 1880s, 1890s is really when she was most prominent. But she was known as the four-legged woman.
Oh, that's bad.
Yeah, so
Whatever's happening here, I don't like it.
she actually had her own set of legs, but she also had another set of legs that belonged to her diphagus. I don't know how to say that.
Okay, that's the best thing you've ever done. Like, is that how it's pronounced?
No,
You have
I
to go up in the
couldn't
middle?
find a pronunciation guide, so I'm running blind on this one, babe. It's spelled Dipygus. I'm assuming it's Dipygus or Dipygus. I don't know. She had a twin, and it was hanging in her under yonder.
Oh, God.
That's it. Just like, so the twin only developed from the waist down. So she had another torso coming out of her torso between her legs. Yeah. So she was born in Lincoln County, Tennessee in 1868. And she was born with that very rare condition, Dipygus twin.
Dipygus.
It's basically when you get half a twin that's sort of connected to you, but it doesn't develop the rest of the organs. It's just like limbs, mostly.
Yeah.
Anyway, so she was born in Lincoln County, Tennessee, but her parents moved to and raised her in Blount County, Alabama. So her parents were named William and Nancy Corbins, and they had 4 sons and 4 daughters, including her. And her birth was pretty normal. They did say that if she had been born in a breech position, it would have killed her and the mom just because of all the legs.
Yeah.
But they said that the labor was normal, the delivery was normal, the mama recovered perfectly fine. There was nothing strange about this except that it was supposed to be a twin birth, but she absorbed half of it, you know, which is not great for her. And so the mother ended up, you know, just raising her like normal. She's like, oh, okay, well, this child has extra legs. And they figured out what was going on with her pretty early, and they decided to make a little bit of money off of their child with 4 legs. So as a baby and toddler, they displayed her sort of in just different sideshow circus.
They were putting her on display as a child. That's great. That'll scar you just as much as the corn thing.
Yeah.
Just as much. Yeah.
Probably more.
They're
probably
absolutely
more.
equal.
I don't know.
They're absolutely
there's a
the same
spectrum
thing.
of trauma. But yeah, so they put her on display in like sort of they had her seated in high I'm
school.
sorry, y'all. I've been having trouble with stuttering lately, and I'm just trying to work through it. See?
No. Work it. Let me search it. Put my thing down. Flip it and reverse it.
I'm not putting my thing down. I can't pick it back up.
Hey, that's what it is. She's got the Missy Elliott disease. She's got That's offensive.
That is offensive.
That's awful.
Anyway, so yeah, she was displayed as a toddler, but the parents defended their choice to, put their daughter on display, saying, "Hey, she's going to be expensive medically to take care of, and so we're going to make a little bit of money as she's a child, and prepare the family to be able to support her for the rest of her life." Sure. But anyway, so they... okay. So the body of her twin sister was only partially developed. So it was developed from the waist down, and it was attached to her own torso. But even those legs were a little weird. So shot in the dark.
Oh, it's time.
My question is a little weird.
Okay.
But how many toes did Myrtle have in total? All 4 legs, how many toes?
I thought what I did was offensive.
A little bit.
Look at all this bitch's toes.
Is it A, 20 toes, B, 16 toes, or C, 12 toes?
I'm really liking 16. I'm going with 16.
You're correct. She had 16 toes. So she had 10 toes on her own feet, but each of the little feet in between had 3 legs, or 3 toes apiece.
Each leg had 3 legs?
No, each leg had 3 toes. So she possessed a total of 16 toes. And unfortunately for her, though, so she only had 1 good leg between the 4 of them. So, like, she was born with a regular leg and a clubbed foot. And then she was born with the 2 little legs. And she could move the 2 little legs, but they were not strong enough to, like,
had control
walk.
over the... Oh, my God.
Yeah. So the little legs hung down a little past her knees, but she could, like I said, move those limbs.
Oh, I'm so upset.
Yeah. Not super well, but she did have manipulation of those limbs.
Look, I don't mean to be... an asshole or anything. There goes the shot. I just want to know, out of just morbid curiosity. Oh, son of a bitch. Drop the shot glass. Morbid curiosity, like, what was going on in her
We're going to talk about that in
lady
just a little
parts?
bit.
Okay.
That's part of this.
Because if she could move the legs, like...
Yeah.
I'm so disturbed already. And it's not her fault. Like, I'm not trying to be an asshole about it. It's disturbing.
Yes. And once again, we'll get there. Promise. Very shortly.
I can't wait.
Anyway.
That's a genre of porn I didn't think I was into, but I'm curious.
Mitchell, stop. But anyway, so like I said, she had a difficult time walking just because she did have a clubbed foot, and then she had 2 extra legs to deal with and just 1 good leg. So she wasn't super mobile, but I mean, she could walk around and stuff like that, but she did have a little bit of mobility issues because of her disability.
Yeah.
But at the age of... So as a toddler and a baby, they exhibited her a few times, to make money for the family. But she grew up pretty normally in Blount County, Alabama. And then when she was 13, I don't know if she decided or if the family told her she had to, but they started exhibiting her, or she began exhibiting herself. I'm not exactly sure how much... decision making she got to do at that point in her life. But at the age of 13, she did first start going on tour. She got, the little cabinet cards and the whole, the
Cabinet cards.
So a cabinet card is like a little, it's sort of like a playing card, a trading card size photo. It's a little tin type. They call them, that particular size is about the size of a baseball card, and they call them cabinet cards. And performers, celebrities, anything like that. They all had cabinet cards, and they were just sort of like trading cards and souvenirs from having met someone. People would sign them and hand them out, that kind of thing.
Yep.
So she got, the whole sideshow situation treatment. They did billboards of her, pamphlets of her, and she was billed as, the four-legged girl from Texas, because I think they had moved to Texas at that point. But anyway, she was touring with P.T. Barnum really regularly.
Yeah.
Later on, she became a circus performer with the Ringling Brothers. She did Coney Island. She did all of the big shows. And she was really, really popular because she was she was a good performer. She sang and danced and
oh, really?
Had a good time, kind of,
Leah, I don't.
She didn't just sit there with her four legs going, hey, look at my freaky four legs.
I just had the worst thought.
What?
She was dancing. What?
Mitchell!
Sorry, Leah. I feel so bad for saying that, but did the little legs do like high kicks or something?
Probably. I don't know. Like I said, I'm not sure exactly how much control she had over those legs, other than the fact that all of the documentation says that she did have control over them. Yeah. So I don't know how dancey the little legs were. I'm sorry.
Everything is bad.
But anyway, she, like I said, was really into putting on a show for people. So she would dress up in frilly clothes and stuff like that. But she would also put socks and shoes that matched her own socks and shoes on the little legs. So she would coordinate all of her shoes with her outfit.
Oh God. Okay.
And that's a lot of extra shoes. You got to have your own wardrobe and then your little legs wardrobe.
And then you have were they still baby shoes? Were they baby?
Yeah, they're very small sized feet. Little shoes. You can look her up. If you've got your computer open, if you'll just Google Myrtle Corbin, there's tons of pictures of her because, like I said, she was a very popular sideshow attraction.
I'll look.
Mm-hmm. But
maybe we'll add it to the video. I doubt it.
She became so popular, though, that she was able to earn about $450 a week in the 1880s. So that's...
Oh my God, that is awful.
That's a fuck ton of money.
This is just...
Yeah, see the little legs?
Yeah, and there's the club foot. Uh-huh. That poor lady.
Yep. But like I said, she was making absolute fucking bank. Yeah. At that point in time. But eventually in 1885, her younger sister, Willie Ann, married a man named Hiram Bicknell. And Hiram's brother...
sorry, the top thing here is exactly what I was asking about, so I'm sorry, go ahead. What? The top thing, I'm looking at Google... And the top thing says, Myrtle Corbin was also born with 2 sets of internal and external reproductive anatomy.
Yeah, we're about to talk about that.
I'm sorry. I told you it says it right there.
I'm just saying we're about to talk about that. Because she's about to get married. Come on.
Should we go back and take that out?
No, it's fine.
Sorry, everybody.
So, she...
God damn it. Just ruined the whole thing.
You did. But anyway, so her sister got married to a man named James Bicknell, and... she got married to a man named Hiram Bicknell. Okay. And then Hiram's brother, Dr. James Bicknell, was like, oh my gosh, Myrtle, I am in love with you. Let's hang out. And eventually, the next year, those two got married in June of 1886. Yeah. So, and it's weird. You would think a lot of the sideshow stories that you read about are all super depressing because the people that end up marrying them only want them to exploit them and to continue making money off of their disability. But this guy was like, look, you don't have to work anymore. I'm a doctor. I love you. Totally stop doing this if you don't want to do this anymore. So she left show business after they got married.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, so it was definitely a love match and not I'm in it for the money from my wife's weird legs. So that's great. Happy for her. But after she was married, it sort of became evident that, yes, she possessed 2 sets of fully functioning anatomy. Both menstruated, which sounds like a fucking raw deal. Yeah,
man. Were they always linked up? Because that would be amazing.
That is a great question, whether the cycles cycled at the same time or different. Because if I had to be on a period out of 2 vaginas at 2 separate times, I would stab someone. That is an absolute miracle that woman didn't just unload and just like slaughter just dozens of people when she was, double period, absolutely not. That is a no-go from me.
No.
But she did have 2 fully functioning sets of genitalia, and she did end up having 8 children. Only half of them survived, so about 4 of them lived on to be adults. 4 of them died in infancy. But that is actually a pretty normal statistic for the time period, sadly. But anyway, so in the 1890s, her and her husband moved from Blount County, Alabama to Johnson County, Tennessee. Johnson County, Texas. So she moved to Texas, and they ended up setting up a farm, living out, having a great time, had a bunch of kids. 4 of them died. But anyway.
Good God. I have a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
So she would have had 2 uteruses? Because they were
we're
internal?
getting there.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Just stop talking.
I'm saying, with the exception of the 4 legs, she is a normal-sized person.
Yes.
And it's incredible to think.
Yeah, she's a normal-sized person, but yeah. So the rumor is, and this is unsubstantiated just because... I mean, rumors are rumors, but in a medical book produced by someone that was there, like an obstetrician of hers, basically it was observed that both of her vaginas were fully functioning. They menstruated. And the rumor is that 3 of her children were born from one set of organs, and 2 of the other children were born from the other. Anyway, my point is,
this is so fucked up.
They had options.
That's so fucked up.
When they were choosing what to do, they had options.
Does that mean they have different mothers?
Technically, I would wonder, but I mean, they would have to be identical twins at that point, so I would think that they would have the same DNA.
Holy
right?
fuck.
Because it would be an identical twin.
So, like, Homeboy was using both of them?
Yeah.
He was hitting them both?
He was tapping both
Bro.
sets.
Bro. Look. I'm good for, like, once a week. Fucking... If you had to, like, I pick one. Which one's your favorite, Leah? I mean, good God, which one, does it for you?
So that's, so she had, they were apparently fully functioning, and according to rumor, both sets of genitalia gave birth. She gave birth through both sets of genitalia, which is weird, but, rock on. If it works, it works. Cool.
This is the most fascinating topic we've ever discussed.
Yeah, it's bizarre. Like, it's very strange and interesting, and it's kind of the reason that I would love to go to the Muter Museum. You've heard of that, right?
No.
Okay.
But why is this? Why is one lady, 2 vaginas like your thing? We need to go.
No, I mean, I want to go to the Muter Museum because I'm weird, but it's I think it's in Philadelphia, if I'm not mistaken. But anyway, it's up north, but it's a museum that is all about anatomical fucking weird shit. So, like, they've got all of the different... anything that could be happening to a human body, they've got it on display. Just weird anatomical specimens from they've got like people that had been saponified, so like soap mummies. They've got people's like the horns that like grew out of like a keratinized like horn that grew out of someone's head. Yep. They've got all sorts of fucked up shit. Like, that's just their thing. It's an anatomical research museum, and I want to go.
I mean,
because it's just so weird. It's bizarre. It's amazing.
So what do they have of hers up there?
They don't have anything of hers. I'm just saying I'm interested in anatomical oddities, and I just think it would be a really cool place to go.
Jesus Christ, Leah.
Sorry, that was a weird tangent, but my point is, so she had all of those kids, had a pretty good life with her husband, but they did fall on pretty hard times. Like farming financially, yes. They did end up needing money later on in her life, just because, farming's never the most stable of occupations.
Do you think he was fucking both vaginas on purpose? Or was it like whichever it finds its own way?
Look, I'm sure they had just a loving relationship, and they just wanted to explore all of the options, and those options were multiple.
It could be like they're at least in the same vicinity, so it could be like throw it over there, see what happens.
I mean, it's the 1880s.
Right, they could have been fucking through a bedsheet.
No, I'm just saying no one has ever like anatomically sketched out what everything was going on down there, so I don't know the answer to that.
Look, I don't want to disrespect her at all.
No.
But I am very curious as to what this looked like.
Well, she's under like 30 pounds of skirts in every photo you'll see of her, so...
Well, I'm not saying like I want to see an upskirt photo, Leah. Like, she's not Britney Spears getting out of a car. I'm saying, like...
Also, hashtag free Britney, but beyond that...
I mean, fair enough. But, okay. Point is, seen that. Can I see the two things? It's just a morbid curiosity thing.
I understand.
Like, I'm so curious.
Yeah, it is a very curious. And like I said, I highly recommend people looking up a photo of her because it's just really fun. I love sideshow oddity cabinet cards.
Yeah.
Lots of people collect them. I am too poor to collect actual ones, but I like to look at them. And there's a website. It's in my it's one of the things that I looked up. It's in my sources. It's sideshowworld.com. They have a lot of those like images and they're really fun. Just interesting because the way they do the photography and all of that stuff. It's interesting from the time period. I do feel like it's a little exploitative, a lot exploitative to be honest, but it's an interesting relic of the past. And like I said, I do like looking at the photos, but yeah, anyway, those are available there if anybody's interested. But anyway, let's continue on. So they had a bunch of kids. They fell on some hard times. So about at the age of 41, she decided, look, I've got these legs still. Someone's going to pay me to look at them. So let's make some money for the family real quick. So she went out on tour again. She billed herself as the four-legged girl from Claiborne, Texas. And so she came out of retirement and she appeared at the Huber's Museum in New York in 1909. And then she went on tour in 1910 through 15 with the Dreamland Circus Sideshow at Coney Island. She did a whole set of shows in Chicago. So she worked the whole circuit. She made a bunch of money. And eventually she ended up retiring again at around 1915 because she'd made enough money to financially support her family for a while. But unfortunately in 1928, she got an infection, a skin infection on her right leg. And it didn't heal up and it didn't heal up. So she went to the doctor, the outer right leg, her right leg. And he diagnosed it as like a streptococcal skin infection. And nowadays we've got plenty of antibiotics that would take care of that like that. They didn't have that at the time. And unfortunately it did not go her way. And about 6 days after the doctor was like, hey, this is what's going on, she died of that infection. So she died on May the 6th. She's buried in Texas, and the grave finder, is that what it is? Gravefinder.com. Yeah. You can see images of her grave as well on that. But yeah, that is the odd life and death of Myrtle Corbin. I just find her to be a very interesting figure, just because, like I said, she was so incredibly popular and famous, and I didn't know she lived a lot of her life in Alabama. Like, that's just not something that you hear about.
I've never heard anything
like in
about
Alabama
this,
history. I never heard about her living in Alabama. Like, I had heard of her because, like I said, I'm weird and I'm interested in sideshow kind of stuff, but I didn't know she lived in Alabama until I did a little bit more research on her. So that's not something we learned in 4th grade. Wonder why.
Yeah.
Anyway, but my sources for that story were the AppalachianHistory.net, which, y'all, that is a website that I have fallen down. It is so good. They just have a bunch of like Appalachian folklore, fables, history, just old folks talking. I don't know. It's a bunch of weird shit that I
absolutely
adore.
They got old folks talking?
Well, I mean, like...
Shit.
Not old folk. Well, I mean, they actually do have like oral tradition oral history stuff, videos. But anyway, highly recommend that. But that's where I first saw the picture and was like, oh, I've seen this picture before. I didn't realize she was from the South. Let's learn more. So highly recommend AppalachianHistory.net if anybody's interested in like this kind of history. They've got some wild stuff. Love it. Wikipedia, of course, because
Love it.
Why not? And also that sideshowworld.com. If you're interested in more sideshow stories, I recommend that website. It's pretty well done.
I fully recommend Wikipedia.
Oh, I know you do.
It worked. It worked like a charm.
Yeah, it did. Bless your heart. Anyway, so are you ready to go into the second story of the evening?
I sure am, Leah.
All right, because we're hoping not to make this an hour and a half long like
it's
the
45
last one.
minutes so far.
So we're going to speed through this one. Not
Hot
speed,
damn.
but like we're going to get it done. We're going to Savannah, Georgia, and this is probably a story that you've heard before,
Yay.
or maybe you were too drunk to remember it. I'm not sure. Because we did go to this location on that beer crawl that we went to in
I didn't get that
Savannah.
drunk that night.
Okay, good.
I'm not saying I'm going to remember. I'm saying I didn't get that drunk that night.
All right. This is the one from the 1790 Inn and Restaurant in Savannah.
Oh, actually, I do know this one because this was my favorite one.
The favorite shot?
Yeah, because I took the tour before I was there with you. I went to a bachelor party with a friend. Loved. It's a bar crawl, and you go and have a signature drink at everywhere, and they have a key lime pie shot.
Yeah, that's what we took at that shot.
That is out of this world. It was
really
so good.
And I don't like limes either, so. Well, I mean, I like limes, but like a lime pie.
Nobody
seems
likes
weird.
limes. People like lime things.
I don't
Nobody
know.
just like sits down with a lime. Oh, just like Grammy used to grow.
I feel I'm ambivalent towards key lime pie, and that shot was still. So if you're ever in Savannah,
Oh my God.
highly recommended.
Third fucking time, Leah.
What?
Jesus Christ.
I'm
Do you not
sorry.
hear yourself?
No, I don't.
Ugh.
I apologize. I said the D word again. 3 Ds in a row.
Oh, just like our wedding night.
Ew, that is not accurate, sir. You got drunk on champagne and fell the fuck asleep.
Yeah. I got real drunk at our wedding night. After the wedding, though.
Yeah, it wasn't during the wedding. You were stone cold sober. Well, that's probably not accurate, but you were very okay during the wedding.
Y'all, if none of y'all have gotten married, I just want you to know that you're not going to remember a fucking bit of your wedding, like at all. And you're not going to enjoy it at all. You're going to have shit to do all fucking day. And then after it's done, you're going to sit down and drink 6 bottles of champagne.
You had like 2 bottles of champagne.
With a fraternity brother, which is now a fraternity sister.
Which is awesome.
She was our band
Yes.
with their then fiance.
Yes.
And we just caught up for like 3 hours after the wedding. That was it. That was what I did on my wedding night.
Yeah. Yeah, you did.
Oh, Leah. Look how happy we are, though.
Oh.
Look at this.
Yeah. Ooh, anyway,
3 Ds in a row.
1790 in Savannah, Georgia. That's what we're talking about.
Yeah.
So, Savannah is the oldest city in Georgia, as I'm sure you very well know.
I didn't know it was the oldest city.
It is the oldest city in Georgia. Most of the stuff in that area was built in the 1790s initially. And this particular location was built as 3 separate residences in, the 1700 or 1790s is when it was built, hence the name. But most of the residences burned down in the 1820 fire.
Yeah.
I don't think they were all completely demolished, but most of them were. So when they were rebuilt, it was rebuilt as one giant facility, one giant building. That is what we call today the 1790 Inn and Restaurant.
Yeah.
And it was rebuilt in 1821.
I thought that had to do with the address.
Huh?
I thought that had to do with the address, the name of it.
No, it's the year it was built initially.
Okay.
That's what I have.
So there you go.
Once again, I could have
Yeah.
done terrible research, but from what I have read in multiple locations, sir, that's what it's from. But I don't know. I could be wrong. Who knows? Anyway, best research podcast ever. But anyway,
we're trying.
so Savannah has a bunch of haunted hotels and restaurants and stuff like that. But this one is particularly well known. And if you go on any kind of bar crawl or ghost tour, it's going to be on there for the most part. So it's a 3-story. Hold on. And then there's a 3-story across. I don't know. That shot has hit me. I'm sorry. What I'm saying is there's a bar and a restaurant, and then there is an inn above that, and then across the street there's a guest house that also has inn rooms, right? Okay. That's what we're talking about. It's a big property. It's an old property. I'm a little scattered. I apologize.
The cat's behind your chair on the floor, rolling around. Trying to get me to play with him.
Well, he's adorable and you should stop.
I'm just letting you know.
Anyway, shot in the dark.
Shit. It's time. Well, there we go.
So, the most famous ghost there at the inn is named Anna. And I want to ask you, what room number does the most famous ghost Anna haunt?
This is one I should know. This is on that tour.
Yeah, it is. That's why I'm asking it. Is it A, room 104? Is it B, room 204? Or is it C, room 304?
Okay. I know that it's famous because it's haunted and she was either thrown or jumped from the window.
Oh, you remember the story.
I remember that.
Fuck yeah.
So it's got to be at least past the first one. I don't believe it's the third one. I believe it's 204.
I'll be damned you remembered.
Yeah. There you go. There it is. Are you sure you want that? I'll take it.
Fine. No,
I'm going to make me one anyway.
I'll do this. It might be a little iffy on the way out, but...
Oh, that is most definitely what she said. Her with her 2 vaginas. This will be iffy on the way out.
I didn't mean my digestive tract. I meant getting through the rest of this story.
No. We know what you meant.
You're so gross.
You meant from your auxiliary vagina.
Look, if I had an auxiliary vagina, we would have a problem.
Let me just say this. We have found the episode title. I don't know if it'll get past the censors.
Auxiliary vajayjay?
Yeah. No. What are we, 14?
Vagine?
Yeah, okay. Much better. Okay. Let's take them at the same time. Ready?
Oh, 1, 2, 3.
Oh, my. Oh, root beer. What you do to me. Oh, whew. There it is.
Whew. All right.
That's some good shit.
And I already had heartburn. This is going to be great.
Yeah, that definitely is bringing up the acid.
Whew, acid reflux. Y'all, if you're past 30, maybe stop with the shots. It's
For real.
Or take a Meprazole beforehand. I don't know. I don't want to give any medical advice on here, but that was a bad idea. Anyway, so Anna does haunt room 204 in the 1790 Inn. And a lot of people actually do request to stay in that room because they want to hang out with a ghost.
Yeah.
But if you do decide to book that room, you do have to sign a waiver saying, hey, I realize what I'm getting into. No. I do realize that I am not going to get a refund for any reason. So if I am uncomfortable and do not want to stay the rest of the night, they are in no way responsible and you will not be getting a refund. So if you do want to stay there in that room, you're more than welcome to. But you do have to sign that paperwork because they are not dealing with your bullshit leaving in the middle of the night and asking for a refund. They're just not going to do it.
You just go down to the bar, get some key lime pie shots, go back up.
So people don't know precisely how she died, but the story that you're going to hear on one of those tours is either one of two things. The story is either Anna was a servant in the house and she was a young woman about 17 or 18 years old, and she had found herself pregnant and unmarried, probably by a sailor, because Savannah is a port city, and sailors and ships were coming in and out.
That's
all
also
the time.
MTV's new show, Pregnant and Unmarried.
Yeah, something like that. But anyway, she found herself to be pregnant, and that wasn't a great thing for her at the time. And apparently, her lover, the sailor, didn't want her. Basically, he left. And she was heartbroken, and so she threw herself from the window, and she died on the brick lurks below.
Yeah.
Just, her unrequited love / terror at being an unwed mother in the 1800s, that kind of thing. So that's one possibility. The other story that I've heard and read on the internet is that she was actually married to someone, and she had gotten pregnant by someone else, and he threw her out of the window. So,
I think they tell both stories.
Yeah, they do tell both stories most of the time. I'm pretty sure our tour guide told both versions.
Yeah.
But those are the two stories that you're going to hear, one or the other. She was either, pushed by her husband to be, or husband, depending. Like I said, there's a lot of little things that people add into the story for local flavor, I suppose. But the general gist of the story is she was either pushed or she jumped. But her ghost is said to be very active in that particular room. And they say she's really friendly, but she likes to fuck with people.
Oh, gross, Leah.
Sorry.
Come on.
She is really often found...
Leah.
I'm struggle bussing, y'all.
This is ludicrous.
It is. But she was very often known to rearrange people's stuff. So, like, you would leave your shoes out in one area and they would be somewhere completely else, like on top of some other stuff. They said that things go missing in that room a lot. They also say that she appears as sort of a shadow, and it likes to lurk at the foot of the bed to kind of freak people out. Some people say that she'll sort of lean over you while you're sleeping and sort of touch your face and just be all kind of creepy.
Don't
and
do that.
I don't want that. No. I don't want that, ma'am. Please don't disturb me while I'm sleeping. You can haunt the shit out of me while I'm awake, but while I'm sleeping, I already have an issue with that. Don't touch me. Don't touch my face. We're good.
That's one thing about Leah. Like, if we ever, go on tour or something or meet people for any reason, just don't touch Leah's face.
Don't touch my face.
She doesn't like to be touched, period, but especially her face.
I do not like to be touched. I don't like to be hugged. I don't like to shake hands. Yeah. One of my favorite things about COVID is I don't have to fucking touch anybody's hand. No handshakes is the best thing that ever happened to me.
I really hope that we keep that.
Yeah, I do too.
This is over, because I don't want to touch anybody either.
Nope.
And I'm not like a germaphobe. I'm not averse to touching people. I just think it's gross. It's a gross practice that's outdated. And anyway,
like I said, it's not a germ thing for me. And my therapist is like, "Are you a germaphobe? Is that why?" And I'm like, "No, I'm not a germaphobe. I just feel like a connection with people when I touch them, and I don't want to have that emotional connection with someone that I don't give a shit about." I know that's weird, but my favorite thing about flu season is always in church, they don't make you shake hands. Yeah. It's my favorite thing.
Hypersensitive to touch and sound.
Yeah.
You just have those things of sound can really put you over the edge, but you don't want anyone you don't know touching you.
Yeah, exactly. Or even
people you know most of the time.
Yeah, I can count on my hand the number of people that I will allow to touch me. Intentionally.
Can I count on your hand how many people can touch you?
Please don't touch me.
Give me your hand.
Stop. Like I said, it's weird for me, but don't touch me. So just don't.
Anyway,
please don't.
Listen, ghosts.
But my point is,
don't touch Leah's face.
Because I've had an experience where I think paranormally something flipped my hair and it freaked me out because I don't like things touching me. And so I'm just saying, you could stand a full-bodied apparition in front of me. Would I be scared? Sure. But if that fucker touched me, I'm out of there. I'm out of there. Yep. I just, things that I don't know touching me just really gives me the skin crawls, and I don't like it. But anyway, she is known to, like I said, rearrange people's shit, and she touches them because she's just the devil, I suppose. I don't know. It's my personal version of hell, is things touching me that I don't want to touch me. So, I'm a little spooked out by that particular story, and I think it's probably just me because I don't think anybody else cares that much, but please don't touch me.
Yeah. I don't like it either. I don't like the idea.
No. She also really doesn't, She's very much against couples staying together in that room.
Why?
So she's very active when couples stay in that room. I guess because either she didn't get her love that made her pregnant and abandoned her, or her husband, yeeted her off the second story.
So it's not
balcony.
necessarily if it's a man staying in there. It's
No,
a
it's a
man can stay
couple.
by himself, a woman can stay by herself.
Yeah. But it's
Whatever.
when couples. It could be, you know.
What if it's a gay couple?
Yeah, sure. Same gender. That's what
Really?
I'm saying. It's a couple. If someone is romantically attached to the other person and they're staying together in
there's
that
a good
room,
question. What if they're friends
she
with
starts
benefits?
flickering lights and fucking with the doors and messing with the water, you know, that whole situation.
What if
so,
they're just fuck buddies?
I don't know.
What if it's two platonic friends?
I think the platonic friends are perfectly fine.
Like
But
as a concept, or you mean in the room?
No, in the room. Well, I mean, of course
are there
they're
any
fine as a
reports
concept.
of that? Are there any reports of people going, I went with a good friend of mine? Or just a...
No, because everybody that's
tertiary
staying in
friend of
an
mine.
expensive hotel in Savannah are fucking. I'm just saying.
I don't know that we fucked in the hotel. We did. We had to. It was our anniversary. It also wasn't an
I
expensive
was
one.
going to say, it was also a cheap as shit hotel. I don't know what you think
It
we
wasn't a good
did.
Savannah hotel. It was on the outskirts.
We Ubered into town.
Yeah.
Well, we lifted into town.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah. So anyway, they do have like one of those journals in the room where people who are staying there can write down their thoughts about the paranormal activity that happened to them in the room. And if you go on TripAdvisor, you can see a lot of that shit, and it's real fun. Someone just wrote, heard footsteps and the floor is creaking, got touched, saw a shadow.
Masturbated, fell asleep.
Someone's like,
10 out of 10 would do again.
someone's like, she's here. You know,
Oh,
like
Jesus.
a bunch of crazy bullshit. Go look at the TripAdvisor. It's real fun. But anyway, so Anna is also really known for, if any children are staying in that room, she likes to play with the kids. Any kind of kids' toys that are left out, she sort of like moves them around and,
That's fucking
you know,
creepy.
yeah. So she apparently, she likes kids, so she'll play with them as well. But she is actually not the only ghost that haunts that hotel. So we are going to be talking about some other ghosts as well.
Yay.
There is another ghost that haunts that particular inn, and his name is Thaddeus.
Oh.
And he is the ghost of a young boy who is said to hang out on the ground floor of the inn, sort of in the sort of taverny, kitchen-y area of the building. And he's supposed to be just a real friendly little kid, and he likes leaving people pennies. So if you find a shiny penny on the ground anywhere throughout the property, on the tables, he's really known for just leaving shiny fucking pennies everywhere, and like just...
Thaddeus.
Like, that's his calling card. Like, hey, bitch, I've been here. Spooky, spooky.
Thaddeus. It's not the 1800s anymore. A penny is literally useless.
Look, if you ain't leaving hundies, I'm not in for it.
Like, it literally costs more to make a penny than it's worth.
Yeah.
Thaddeus.
Good sir.
Fucking get with the program. Like, it may not cost you anything to sit there and fucking shine them with your ectoplasm. But fucking shit, man. Give me something worth a damn.
Well, pennies is all he's gonna give you.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I'm saying you're a useless ghost.
I mean, shiny pennies. What are you gonna do? No. And then there's also a third spirit that people have identified. And by people, I mean, you know, they have all the ghost hunting people have been through there. You know, the whole ghost hunting situation. Everybody who's anybody's been investigated there.
Yeah.
But the third spirit that is very widely reported to be living there is the spirit of a head cook that used to live there. And apparently he doesn't like women at all. Wants to keep them the fuck out of his kitchen. Is very antagonistic towards women. And of course there's a report that he practiced voodoo, but that's obviously unsubstantiated and reaching, if you ask me. But apparently the staff in the kitchen have all said that crazy bullshit happens in the kitchen all the time. Pots and pans being thrown around in just like an empty kitchen. Spice jars just flying off the shelf for no good reason. And this is the most sinister spirit in the building. He just, like I said, is not nice at all. kind of a dick, throws things at people, and really fucks with women specifically because he does not like them in his kitchen at all. And he doesn't.
Sounds like a little bit of a dick.
Yeah, he's a dick. He's a super duper dick and just is a general fuckhole. Asshole, fuckery. I don't know.
It was fine the first time. You didn't need to try to make it better.
Look, y'all, I'm bad at cussing.
Did you say general fuckhole?
Yes.
Because I have to salute.
General fuckhole. I'm bad at cussing, and when I get flustered or drunk,
Oh my God.
I get real bad at
Oh
cussing.
my God. Like, I have to find a way to record you at all times because whenever Leah, like, stubs her toe or something like that happens, it is always this exact order. It is shit, fire, damn balls. Every fucking time.
It's shitballs fire, by the way.
Shitballs fire. Sorry. You're right. I messed up the order.
It's
Shitballs fire, damn.
It's shitballs fire, damn fuck, if it's real bad.
It's so much fun to hear that from down the hall. Like, I'm in there playing Xbox.
Sometimes it's fucking shitballs fire, just depending on how I'm feeling that day.
He's getting out of the bathtub or something down the hall. I can just hear a muffled shitballs fire, damn. Oh, Leah's a great cusser.
I'm so bad at it. I string together ones that don't go together. It's a problem.
It's my favorite thing in the world, though. Like, I hate that you're in pain, but goddamn, it makes me so happy when you do that. It makes me so happy. Oh.
But yeah, so those are the ghosts of the 1790s.
I should have put that in my wedding vows.
Oh, and the sources for that were nightlyspirits.com, which is actually a tour group that does, tours around Savannah. So if anybody's interested, they do tours. Check out their website, and they have a lot of, ghost stories about Savannah on their website, which is fun. And then, of course, the 1790s own website, because they detail their own ghosts on there as well.
Who did you say does the tours the first time?
Nightly Spirits.
Okay, because the thing that we do, just Google Booze and Brews, BOOS and BREWS.
Yeah.
And that's the thing where it's a bar crawl with spooky stories. There's always going to be a bachelor or bachelorette party where somebody's too drunk. The first time I went, I was in that group. It wasn't me that was the drunk one. It was the brother-in-law. Brollo El Cuñado. It's from the League.
I don't
If you didn't watch
care.
the League, you don't get it. It's brother-in-law in Spanish. Oh my God, he was fucked up. He wore khakis that are literally just littered with the Alabama logo on them. Oh, it was fun. It was a great night. Don't get me wrong, but we were that group. And then Leah and I went, and there was another group of a guy that wasn't near as bad as the guy that was with us. Like, he was just a little bit talkative, the guy when Leah and I went.
But there was also a bachelorette party, too.
Was there?
Yeah, there was a bachelorette party and a bachelor party, and then there were two couples, which were you and me and another couple that were both like, oh shit, what did we get into?
Yeah.
No.
I had a great time, though. Yeah. That's a really fun tour.
It is a fun tour, but like I said, there's a bunch of different tours available, and like I said, the Nightly Spirits is one that I pulled information from their website, so go check them out if you're ever in Savannah. Yeah.
There's a lot to do in Savannah, though. I don't know how they are COVID-wise, but Savannah is a fucking awesome place.
Yeah.
I will always sing their praises.
10 out of 10.
This episode brought to you by the Savannah City Commission.
Not accurate, not sponsored.
Not at all. I just fucking love Savannah.
But if they would like us to come, I'm totally there.
I'll do a show from Room 204 in 1790.
God, that would be fun.
It would, wouldn't it?
There's so many haunted
stream.
locations and places there in Savannah that I would love to go back to, but it's such a long drive.
Yeah. It's 7 hours from here, and there's a time change.
Yeah, so that's not fun, but once you get there, it is fun. But anyway, are you ready for a toast? Because we've gone on for far too long, good sir.
Yeah.
All right.
This isn't a long one. We've had a bunch of episodes recently way longer than this one.
Sure, but I would like to start trying to pare them down.
There's also a hotel right across the river that does an amazing Sunday brunch.
Oh, their jazz brunch is
Oh, it was oh my God.
God, I said it again.
4. This one's an hour and 8 minutes in.
4D.
Good God. The hashtag 4D. Who'da thunk it from Leah.
Sorry.
This was a prime time for a shitballs fire damn. Like, you fucked up again.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You could have made everybody's day. You went and fucked it up.
I apologize.
Yeah.
I'm a little inebriated. I'm sorry. Anyway,
all right, do a toast.
Everybody hoist your Burt's Bees high into the sky. Wait, this is Carmex.
Why do you have Carmex? Where did that come from?
My pocket.
Since when? Ugh.
I've had this one tube of chapstick that has been following me around, and I just put it on when I found it. It's great. It smells like cherries.
Oh, it's cherry Carmex?
Yeah, it is. It's fresh cherry.
All right, do the toast.
Anyway, everybody
Jesus
hoist your Carmex high into the sky. We're toasting. All right. The life of a circus sideshow act was hardly very sunny, but if you have more legs than two, you'll make a ton of money. Hey. That one, I left out a word. I'm sorry. Soberly, you're fucking shit up. Anyway, second stanza. Anna jumped from her balcony, or maybe she was shoved. The only thing we know for sure is her spirit is now well loved. By the people of Savannah. Everybody put on your Carmex.
Yeah. I'll take a sip. You can put on some fucking Carmex.
Look, I don't need any more alcohol.
No, you're fine for the rest of the night. Me, on the other hand.
Cherries.
I need to play Xbox and continue drinking.
Oh, go ahead. Have fun.
This is what happens. When I start drinking, I get, hyper at first. And I have to do something, but I can't do anything productive. I'm drunk.
No, and then you get really sleepy.
Yeah. After about 2 hours.
Yeah, I don't get the hyperactive situation.
I don't know what it is. I think that it's from being in college and learning how to binge drink.
Okay.
And when you start drinking, get excited because the rest of the night's going to be fun. We're going to play beer pong. We're going to play card games. We're going to have a great time. Now when I have 3 or 4 beers, I'm like, fuck yeah, let's go.
See,
then nothing happens.
I didn't really drink very much in college, and when I did drink, it was just a bunch of sorority sisters making margaritas and watching Arthur and other PBS shows.
Arthur?
So, yeah.
The fuck is wrong with you? I understand. You've told me about movie night where y'all get together and watch movies.
One of our sisters
watching fucking PBS.
One of our sisters had
that PBS is what you do when you get stoned. You don't get drunk and watch PBS.
Well, we didn't have any of the others, so we.
Well, now
we
you
drank.
know better.
But we would get one of our sisters had a DVD set of Arthur, and we all fucking loved Arthur. So we would make margaritas and watch Arthur.
How long was that sister a virgin? Is she still a virgin?
No, she's married.
I'm sorry. I thought it was funny.
All of the people involved are married now. One of them has a bunch of kids. Everybody else doesn't have kids, but one of them does. Anyway, but we were all singing, having fun isn't it hard when you've got a library card, and we were all drunk off our tits. It was fantastic.
Leah.
10 out of 10 would recommend Drunk Arthur.
I'm not going to tell you that doesn't sound fun.
One time we did Magic School Bus. Fucking Magic School Bus is fascinating when you're drunk.
I liked Magic School Bus, but not enough to have the DVD box set. This coming from the guy who has the Full House DVD box set.
Yeah, you do.
Hey, I didn't purchase that, though. That was purchased for me.
I don't give a shit. You still watched it.
I have it. Yeah, it's my favorite show. I watched it when it happened growing up. It's a great show. I have a lot of problems with the continuity, though. A lot of issues.
Anyway.
I'll talk to anybody about Full House.
Yeah, I'm aware.
Anytime.
Please don't.
Well, I mean, if you ask.
I'm not asking.
I'm not going to just do it.
Good.
Nobody wants to talk about Full House.
No, they do not.
Just this guy.
How about you wrap it up, Buttercup?
You ready to wrap it up?
Yes, sir.
Thanks, everybody, for listening and maybe watching. I don't know if we're going to post this.
We're not.
We might.
No.
I think we're going to post it. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Join the community chat on Facebook. Become a patron, patreon.com/Southern Spirits Podcast. Send us an email, southernspiritspodcast@gmail.com. Send us a postcard or anything else fun, like some peach rings, Ezra, to P.O. Box 1743, Hartselle, Alabama 35640. Is that everything?
It is, but seriously, don't send peach rings because I will eat all of them, and it was a problem the first time.
Yeah. Send ice cream. That'll be fun.
No. No perishables, please.
All right, everybody. We will see you next time.
Bye, y'all.